This is the Bushnell ION Edge GPS watch, and it comes in at a mere $120, whereas this is the new Tag Heuer connected Calibre E4 Golf Edition watch, and it'll cost you a whopping $2,650. It's over 20 times more expensive than this Bushnell. But the big question is, what are you getting for your extra money with the Tag versus a Bushnell ION Edge in terms of that functionality and that overall user experience? That's what we're going to try and find out in this video. I'm going to test them both side by side on the golf course here at Burghley Park Golf Club to really find out what the key differences are and whether upgrading from a less expensive GPS watch like this to a more premium watch like this is worth the money. So let's get on the golf course, see what they're like, see how they perform, and find out what they're all about. So first up, how easy are these two GPS watches to use? So starting with the Bushnell, this is a touchscreen watch. What's great about this one is that you literally turn it on, it'll detect your course that you're on, you press play, and off you go, and the distances appear straight away. There's no kind of setting up required. The watch will partner with a Bushnell GPS app, which is great. That gives you hole maps, which gives you a little bit more detail on the golf course and helps you off the tee with strategy and things like that. So if you want to go the extra step and partner with your app, obviously that's a little bit more involved, but generally speaking, this is a very simple GPS watch to use, whereas the Tag Heuer is a little bit more involved. There's a few more steps involved. You have to pair it to a couple of different apps, the Google OS app and obviously the Tag Heuer app to get it fully set up, but the Bluetooth connection with this and the app is very quick. And if you want to kind of maximise the functionality you get with this watch in terms of shot tracking and club selection suggestions, what you need to do is go on the Tag Heuer app and enter your club distances. So that'll then, when you're out on the golf course, whenever you've got a certain distance, it will tell you what club you should be hitting on that particular shot. So again, you kind of get out of it what you put into it with the Tag Heuer watch. Enter those club distances in a few different settings. It does take a bit more time, but generally speaking, it was easy to use. Both of these do have a touchscreen, so you're able to use a touchscreen. I would say on the Bushnell, the less expensive watch, it's a little bit less responsive than the Tag, so maybe a little bit more clunky in terms of that usability. The Tag is a bit more seamless in terms of the way that touchscreen, you can navigate it through the different features, which does have a couple of buttons on the side as well, so there's a combination of the two, which works really well and actually quite intuitive. So generally speaking, actually, they're fairly similar in terms of ease of use. I don't think one necessarily is better than the other. So moving on to the features and functionality of these watches, and as you might expect, you do get a little bit more from the Tag Heuer, which we'll come on to in a second, but with the Bushnell ION Edge for $120, you actually do get quite a lot of functionality that will definitely help you plot your way around the course a little bit more efficiently. You get obviously your front, middle, back distances. You do get distances to hazards and layup points. You can measure your shots with it, you can keep your score with it, and what I really like is the dynamic green mapping, so you can change the pin position on the green using the touchscreen to get a more precise distance. If you can see the pins at the back and you want a distance that reflects that, you can change the distance of the middle distance to something a bit more precise. So I actually think that you get a decent level of functionality from the Bushnell. If you're looking for something a little bit more basic but will help you out on the course, you're getting quite a lot from this, but the Tag Heuer does elevate that experience a little bit more, and most of it comes down to the interface, but also the shot tracking capability. So this watch will now automatically track your tee shot on every hole. Once you've hit your second shot, it will then plot where you hit the shot from, where you hit the second shot from, and that'll give you insights into your tee shot performance, which club you hit, how far it went, etc. You also get a included magnetic ball marker. You can see here on the strap, which I have to say is quite small and a little bit fiddly. I definitely wouldn't use it if I was playing golf with this watch, but it's an option there if you want to use it. It clips magnetically onto it quite easily. But there's a couple other features I think that really come to life after your round. You can obviously track the different clubs that you hit on different shots using the buttons. It's very easy to do. When you get to your ball, press the button, tell it what club you're hitting, and it will track that shot for you. And on the screen, it will tell you what club you need to hit for the upcoming shot. So before your round, if you go into the app, enter the distances that you hit each club, it will then tell you, based on the shot in hand, what club you need to hit. Obviously, that is all things being equal, so obviously it doesn't take into account things like wind and slope and things like that. So you need to take it with a relatively pinch of salt, but it is a relatively useful guide if you're looking to understand what club to hit on the upcoming shot. But the other thing I like about the what the watch will give you after the round is the driving range mode. So essentially on the 3D hole maps, it will plot all the shots that you've hit on that hole over the round you've played, and it will color code them by score. So you get a clear visual representation of what position on a hole will give you the best score and what clubs you need to hit to get there. So essentially it allows you to be more efficient when plotting your way around and really optimize your strategy based on your previous experiences, which is a really unique insight. It's not something that I've seen other golf watches do, and I think the capability of this watch alongside the app definitely unlocks a lot of performance enhancing features. So definitely getting a little bit more functionality for your money with the Tag Heuer watch. Whether it justifies that really top end price tag is down to the individual, but definitely getting an awful lot more in terms of functionality from the Tag Heuer. So value for money, I think there is only one winner really, and it is the Bushnell ION Edge. I think you get a lot for your money for $120, as I mentioned, with all the functionality. Yes, it's a bit clunky and the touchscreen could be better and the screen is very basic, but if you're looking for simplicity in terms of just those simple, accurate distances that you want to glance at during the course of a round, this is delivering that for a very low price. So that is the winner. All I would say with the Tag Heuer, obviously, it's a Tag Heuer, so it's got a lot of credibility. It's obviously got a much more premium look and feel, although I'm not sure the actual kind of bezel and strap necessarily is that premium. I think it probably could be better. You do get another strap option in the box, along with a sleeve of Tag Heuer engraved Pro V1. So, you know, it is a much more premium, elegant experience, a bit more luxury to it. It's a bit more grandeur to the kind of whole experience of owning this GPS watch. And you know, the screen is excellent, the features are excellent, the whole experience of using it. You know, if you're into your tech and your features and you're going to be fully engrossed in the functionality that this watch offers, you could argue, yeah, there is some value for money there, but I think a lot of that comes down to just the name of the brand that this watch is made by. So that's up to you whether, you know, value is all down to personal preference, and if you've got a lot of money, you might see value in this, but I think you do get a little bit more value from the Bushnell. So hopefully this video has given you some insights into what you get from a cheap GPS watch like this to a very expensive one like this. Obviously there's a lot of different models that sit in between these, and it depends really on what you're after. If you're after, you know, simple functionality, basic display, one that's easy to use, the Bushnell or something in this kind of price bracket is the way to go. But if you like your tech, your features, your gadgets, you want to really maximize what you get out of your watch, you want to use it off the tee, you want to get some insights into performance, you do want to pay a little bit more. If you want a watch that also looks a bit better, you need to pay a bit more, and this is obviously right at the very top of that price range, but you are getting an awful lot of money from this Tag Heuer connected Calibre E4 Golf Edition watch. So again, comes down to personal preference, but hopefully this video has given you an idea as to kind of what you get for your money from a golf GPS watch. But that's all from me, from Burghley Park Golf Club. I'll see you next time.